So we're going to start this tutorial with a very small breakdown of the song in general. We're starting off on a B minor chord, and we leave that ring, that just rings as Freddie sings the opening line. The next chord is actually an E minor, and a lot of these chords are played on the octave. Now what that means is we're starting off on the bass note of the chord, in this case an E minor, but we're also hitting the top E as well. Okay? In this particular case, the E minor, you can play it this way. But the way it's played on the record, we're actually using the top G to make a much higher note. So we're playing that B minor. So just watch those notes. It's the E to the D sharp, and then there's the D. After that we're going to an A. So we're going to basically hold semitone down with the same motif. But this time we're going to a D, and we're using a very similar thing, but instead of going semitones, we're going a semitone to here, and then a whole tone to here. So it's... Now you can play it as well up here if you want, in a very similar light to the E minor we played a minute ago. So what we have so far is this. Now we're going elsewhere now. So quite simple chords. It's a G to a D, an A, then to a D again. So it's quite simple chords. As you can see, a very similar way he's playing all the chords. Next, a kind of shift now. We're going to an F sharp, and then to a B minor. And then, obviously a very similar chord, we're going to a D, then to an A, then to a C sharp minor, and back to this familiar F sharp, but we're doing a run on the bass, so watch the bass line. So all the black notes. And instead of a B minor, we're now using B major for Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow. Very basic chords there. We have a B major. We have here, it's a D sharp minor, then to an E major. Then we're going to a C sharp minor again. And we have that run again. We go back to the B minor again, and that's your entrance into verse 2. And verse 2 is the exact same way we played verse 1. You can just use the same chords and the same way of playing for verse 2. But at the end of chorus 2, at the end of chorus number 2, where it has Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow, we end up on that B again. Freddie sings tomorrow, and as soon as we hit tomorrow, we have to come in with a D major. Back to tomorrow. Two very basic chords, D major, A major, D major, A major, and then we're minoring that the A major to an A minor. What you've noticed now is you have actually changed key. Very cleverly, Freddie has actually played a few chords, and you now moved up. Now our run, instead of our run being on the F sharp, our run starts on G. And our Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow now starts on A C. So it's the exact same chords, we've just shifted up a whole semitone. So if you're good at transposing in your head, you can very easily work out where the chords are. Previously they were B minor, and then we had a D sharp minor, and then an E major. So, but now we have, and as you can see, we're just shifting up. So that's pretty much a very, very quick breakdown of the song in general. Remember to play those chords in the octave. And sometimes he does a little arpeggio, so if he's playing a D, he does things like that. On certain occasions he also plays the whole octave. In other words, he plays one of the chords he plays as a, it's For Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow, he plays like this. At one point you'll hear that going on. It's very, very quick, it's only like a grace note, but he does jump up and plays the octave above at certain times. You can certainly do that if you want to, on the transposed version in the C, you could go Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow. And that's a very typical Freddie style of playing. So next up now we have the full cover with all the chords displayed, with Freddie singing in the background and me playing piano. So this is your opportunity to kind of play along. And if you have any questions about the song in general, please do leave a comment in the comment section. And also let me know what song you want to do next as regards Queen piano tutorials. If there's any Queen piano tutorials you want to see on this channel, please just leave a comment and let me know what you want to see, and I'll certainly take it into consideration. We have Nevermore, Days of Our Lives, a few other songs like that on the way as well. So take a look at the cover, and I hope you enjoy this, and thanks very much for tuning in.
You had to kill the conversation.